1, Unit 3, Inequalities and Simultaneous Equations. We're starting with inequalities, the learning objectives. We're looking at linear inequalities, which can be written as y greater than ax plus b. The reason why it's called linear is because the degree of polynomial is 1. That means the highest exponent is 1. We're also looking at quadratic inequalities, which is written as y greater than maybe ax squared plus bx plus c. Here I've used alpha, beta, and gamma. Again, the reason why it's called quadratic is because the degree of polynomial is 2. It's got the highest exponent of 2. We'll be looking at inequalities, set notations, graphical representation of inequalities. There are a few things I'd like you to be mindful of when you're doing inequalities. One of them is basically if you may have come across less than. So the way we do that is you draw a line and you have to draw an empty circle, and anything beyond that, below that line, is less than. So that's what less than meant. We have less than equal, which means you draw your line and you filled in the circle, so filled circle. Anything is less than or equal to that value. So if this was 4, it will always be less than 4. If this is 4 here, it will be equal and less than 4. We have also greater than. So with greater than, you draw your empty circle with a line, and anything above that point, if this was minus 4, it will be anything greater than minus 4 will be, but not equal to minus 4. We also have greater than or equal to. Again, you draw your circle, but this time you filled it in, and anything above and equal to minus 4. So minus 4 included in this case. So that's how we use that. Also, just need to talk about the sign changes in inequalities. The sign changes are important because if I say 3 is greater than 2, if I add 1 or take away 1 to both sides, it will not affect the sign. If I multiply or divide both sides by a number, a positive number, it will not affect it. It will not affect the sign. But if I multiply both sides by minus 1, if I multiply both sides by minus 1, that sign will change. So it's important that we recognize that. So this is 2. So if I do minus 3, it will be less than minus 2, because it's true, minus 3 is less than minus 2. If I also divide both sides by minus 1, so if I have 4 is greater than 2, and if I divide both sides by minus 2, so if I have 4 divided by minus 2 and 2 divided by minus 2, I would get minus 2 and minus 1. This time, minus 2 will be less than minus 1. So that's what happened when I divide by negative or multiply by negative, the sign will change. So if divide or multiply by negative and negative by minus, sign will change. X values are called domain, and the Y values are called the range.